Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a reading that I'm not really going to put a label on. I'm going to do a new spread that I've never done on YouTube. I don't know why, because it's very, you know, let me explain to you what I'm going to do. And by the way, it doesn't matter what your sign is. I feel like if you come like to my table by now, you know that it doesn't have to be your sign. I feel like if you're following your intuition, you know if a reading is for you. Sometimes my readings are long, and I kind of feel like if you don't stick around to the end, maybe you shouldn't watch at the beginning because you know the usually the lesson or the direction is somewhere in between there. So anyways, welcome everyone. We are going to do we're going to use three separate decks. I'm going to use the Tarot Dreams, and I'm going to go ahead and shuffle while I speak. And then the second deck I'm going to use, honestly I forget the name of it. um, I forget the name of them. And the third deck will be the Light Seers Tarot. And what I'm going to do is just give them all a shuffle. And by the way, they're all pre-shuffled. I do this for you. And then we're going to take the top three cards off of each pile, and we are going to build our spread that way. I'm looking for synchronicities. If we get a certain card multiple times, then it's definitely something we want to pay attention to. I'm not going to shuffle. I'm just going with the first three cards. Make room. Okay. I don't know why I put them face down. It's like a reveal. I feel like this is going to have something to do with October, or let's say the last part of 2021. I almost said 20. Oh, God forbid. I can't go through it again. So I just feel like there is some type of importance to it, like in this time, but I also feel like it'll be potential of what can be too. Like stumbling with my words today. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna shuffle. We're gonna take. I used these so much in the past that there's a certain bend in it, and I already know what card it is. If I'm right, I believe it's the Strength card. Okay, and let's do the Light Seers. Let's just bring this down so you have a clear view. I feel like when you come into the readings, you don't have to have a certain question on your mind. I feel like your guides, they know. They know what it is you want, what you desire. They know, they may know, like, okay, someone's desiring this, but what we can bring is so much better. And I shouldn't say they bring, because it's really you and your energy. Okay. Well, let's keep it the theme, I guess, since we're going everything down. And let's begin. We have the Page of Swords. This page is learning the art of communication, of speaking. We have the Two Swords. Can certainly be the energy of feeling like, your voice, maybe you're learning how to really gain your voice, like your voice has been taken. Yeah, we can say taken, but at the same time, we got to use the opposite. It was also given away. So anyway, I feel like this is really learning, maybe how to use my communication. It can be how to control, my mental thoughts, and not let them go to a place, of doom, that type of thing. We have, look at that, we have 2 pages around this Two of Swords. Interesting. So, if these are people, this could be younger, right? This could be at a younger time. I often feel pages as people that, I knew in my teens and my childhood. So it could certainly be air, would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then wands would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. It's interesting because they're both looking at me. The Page of Wands is kind of giving me the side eye. But they're both looking right at me, and the Two of Swords is not. The Two of Swords has a blindfold on. It's almost like they're present, but who's ever in this Two of Swords is not. Often feel in that card like she's putting those swords right in her own thighs. Right? Why? Because she can't see. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, well, I was wrong. It's a Chariot. Card Cancer. We have Justice. Card Libra. Can talk about something legal, a marriage. We have the Three of Wands. I feel like, okay, well, here's justice, and if she's representing, the law in any way, or justice in any way, it looks like, no matter what, it's coming down on your side because, but, what am I feeding this with? I'm feeding this with very positive, I feel strength in this Chariot, like a knowing. It's like I feel like, you know, um, like they're on a mission. Like the people in the Chariot, they're on a mission, and it doesn't feel like anything's gonna stop them. Um, it's almost like you're given the reins of, a new life. Maybe something may be cut, tie. See, ties that bound you may be cut. A decision seems to be made with that Two of Swords above it. Some of you, it could be a divorce and you may have 2 children. Okay, well, let's see what else we have. We have the Queen of Cups, um, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. She is right under the Chariot, which is Cancer. We have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so the Seven of Swords is tied back to the Two of Swords. Just tells us why the Two of Swords exist, right? The Seven of Swords is untrustworthy energy. It's tricky energy. It's energy I don't want to go back to. It's energy maybe I had to navigate. And the Two of Swords here, you know, I don't know. First of all, I feel like if that's the case, then you want to take this blindfold off, right? You want to see if there's tricky energy around you. You want to be present and be able to see it. Because again, here I go back to that Chariot, and there's like a force behind it, a power behind it of like nothing can stop me. But I'm feeling like, like hundreds of horses running, and the energy of that, feeling it in my chest, type of thing. We have the Page of Wands. All right. I feel like if you or someone who once has been wondering, should I cut ties with something? Something's not sitting right with you. Um, I think you have to look at justice, right? Justice is about balancing the cups. It's interesting because the chariot is about, I often see it as the masculine and the feminine, the light and the dark, right? But it's the balance of it, the yin and the yang, everything, the balance of it, the control. My mind controls where the chariot goes. This Queen of Cups is very connected to, like she's being very connected to, um, up to above. Okay, let's use the crystal vision and let's go over this. First of all, we didn't get any repeat cards. We have two major arcanas. I usually feel like that's like two changes. Two different things are happening within these energies. Justice is about making you whole again. The Three of Wands is saying it so, right? Something after justice, after maybe that sword is being used. Maybe on this page, and I'm learning how to use my sword. When I come to justice, I'm now using it, right? So the Three of Wands is I'm looking, I'm looking out into my future, and I'm feeling anything is possible. And maybe that's how you used to feel as a kid. And it's coming from a lot of this connected energy. The Queen of Cups is very open, and it's like she's receiving. And I feel like you're all people, by the way. We're all people here. Because I feel like this queen, it's like her chest is opening and she's receiving. So I feel like if this person has to battle whoever this Seven of Swords is, I mean the power coming from the Chariot, it just doesn't feel like this person has a chance. I don't know. It's interesting how that Page of Wands, I keep looking at it. It's like the way it's looking at me is, like I'm watching you, watching me. I see you watching me. That type of energy, like. Okay. Let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. We have another page. Look at that. Page of Wands. I almost feel like this Page of Swords is thinking about this Page of Wands. She is thinking about the Page of Wands. And so let's talk about that for a second, because I want you to look at it, how I'm feeling it, it's more about this person and who they were and who they are. You know what I mean? I feel like it's almost like this page over here is trying to lure me, in with his eyes, very charming, and I feel like this page over here is thinking of that page. Of course, this could be at a time, at another time. This Page of Swords may have been silent, may have held back from what the page really wants, right? But the Chariot there is, first of all, Chariot comes as a reward. Justice is right beside that. So something is cut, whether it's like the way I'm thinking of something, you know what I mean? But I feel like when these what do I want to call them? When these things that bind you are cut, they're cut for good. This isn't temporary. Now, can you go back into it? I suppose you could. But I feel like once you know what you know what you know. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what you know, like they could put you in a dark cell, and you still know what you know what you know. Anyway, we have excuse me, we have the Eight of Wands. So first of all, this is very fast moving energy. So much so that it can feel chaotic. It can feel uncomfortable. There's also the energy I feel like you know, what I put out there is what I'm getting back. So, you know, anyone's got a blindfold on, you want to know that. Because it's almost like I'm blindly, you know, taking what comes back to me because I can't see it. I can't, you know. That may represent, you know, I don't know. I see it a couple different ways. I feel like this page, though, this page, I feel like is about to take movement. We have the King of Wands. How interesting. So the King is coming over the page. This could certainly talk about now I am the King. I was the page, and now I am the King. So sorry, guys. Interesting. I mean, I don't think that's what it is. I'm like 99.9% sure that's what it is. You know, maybe I was the page, because I feel like the Page Swords is, has this Page of Wands on their mind already. And something has been blocking, right? Something has come between these two pages. And I'm saying pages, and that could be same sex. It can be different sex, you know what I mean? I'm just feeling them as age. The age. I hear some strange noises out my window. We have the Three of Wands. You know, this is a choice to have an optimistic viewpoint. You know, I feel like this is going and getting something. I feel like, you know, who's ever in this energy, they are after something. And they're willing, I feel like, and they're willing to, they feel passionate to it, driven. Well, hello, lover. Card of Gemini. Gemini coming over to Libra. This is a head over heart decision. You know, the Two of Swords kind of puts that there. But the energy is what the energy is. You know what I mean? This may be something that has yet to be. For some of you, this may put you in the energy of a question. Should you or shouldn't you? We have the Knight of Cups. Look at that. So this is the knight that is bringing in a cup. Bringing a cup of fulfillment into your life. Or you into theirs. Yours into theirs. Whatever I'm trying to say. Interesting, we get the Knight. And I like that, you know, this is about the emotional house, but this is also about the house of desire, let's say. What else do I have? Well, hello, Wheel of Fortune, Destiny. It's time for a change. It's time to seek what you want, go after what you want. I feel like, you know, it may talk about cutting ties and it can be tough energy, yes. But what can be, it's just funny because I think of my last change in my before and my after, and I'm just talking about romance, like how it began and where it is now, right? Um, and all of it being unexpected. Huh. Um, okay. I feel like this wheel is movement. I feel like this queen is, it's almost like the energy is coming from the queen is so open. And look at that. The universe is just like responding to it. I feel like this queen is feeling so powerful. Um, and why? It's not because she's closed and protected. It's because she's open. It's because she's completely open. How can you do that? Well, I think if you've had to deal with tricky or sneaky energy before, lion type of energy, you realize that some of it was because maybe you allowed it for too long. Maybe a voice was taken away. We have to see our part in it. And I feel like that is the blindfold, is our part. And that part just may mean that, yes, we wanted this, but it didn't work out the way it's meant to. Maybe there's just been someone on your mind or you're on their mind. I kind of feel like this has to be connected. Um, you know what I mean? It's almost like the force of it. They have to be thinking the same thing. But it feels like it's starting over here, but maybe it's really started over here. And I'm saying that because I'm thinking of the luring energy, almost like pulling me in, but isn't now the king. Okay. I feel like when the lover shows up, it is the twins. And what we gotta remember when we think like that energy, it comes with a lot of hard lessons. It's not a life that's blessed, so to speak. It is, but you may not feel it, right? Because it comes with a lot of learning and a lot of absorbing and um, understanding and, being able to be the fool and dusting ourselves off and getting up and doing it again. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like it's important to have that energy, and I feel like all that is also in the chariot. But just lovers. Here is the lovers. It's right between these two pages. I think this is what someone's thinking about. And then here's the Knight of Cups. Here's the delivery service. And it's coming over the Three of Wands energy. So it's coming from, like, even our own energy, right? I'm looking at my future and I'm looking at it's like all gloom and doom, right? If I'm stuck, I need to get myself unstuck. I need to get myself creative, right? If I got to make money, I got to figure it out, right? I can't allow myself to stay stuck. I've got to, you know, um, if I want real love, then I've got to be real love, and I got to know that. And then if I know that, then I work towards it. And as I work towards it, I feel like just naturally you evolve. And I feel like that's what it's talking about when it talks about love. Not some of these surface relationships we had, but you know what? Even they can be lessons in disguise. Disguise until you look right at them. Okay, anyway. We have the sun. Well, you know, The sun coming over the Seven of Swords is great energy because the sun is about illumination. Nothing hides in the sun. There are no corners for the darkness to hide. Um, you know what I mean? This is like feeling good, trusting the universe, going with the flow. This is like feeling happy, you know, and but I feel more than anything, this is about like having a light. Like you have the light, almost like it's built in you, right? It's your intuition. But, you know, because I feel like when, if anything, that comes up against you, and I'm beginning this a lot lately, that is not of, you know, energy that's going to help you, your life expand. You will know it, you will feel it, but you know, there just cannot be a blindfold. Even in the midst of chaos, I've got to find a way to find my center, right? My center, my universe. I am the center of my universe. These crazy people are just the actors that I put in it, right? But they're soulmates, all playing a part, so to speak. But anyway, bottom line is I feel like, you know, if anything, because this queen feels so connected, and I don't feel like this just happened. I feel like this is over, you know, it took it took some journeys. It took some you know, deep dives going within all of that um, to get to that point. But I also feel like this power that's coming from the chariot is also like the universe just like feeding you. Huh. Maybe putting you in place. Maybe the illumination is over who is this lover? Who is this lover? You know, if I'm in energy that feels very chaotic, and at the same time I'm feeling uncertainty about decisions and I have blindfolds on, but in the back of my mind, maybe there's someone else, you know, that I'm thinking of, that brings me a sense of calmness type of thing. You know, it's just like I feel like it's being really real with yourself. Am I happy? Or am I just settling? And I mean that in all areas. It kind of feels like I'm giving a speech and I don't mean to. The sun is also the ruler of Leo. We have the Four of Cups. So the Four Cups coming over the Page of Wands. You know, the Page of Wands to me is like, in this energy, in this deck, is like the Fool to me. But the Four Cups is more of a kind of, I don't want to say lazy energy, but like a daydreaming type of energy instead of an energy of action. Over here, there's a lot of action. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of beginning of something. And, you know, it just all feels like meant to be, even the hardships. But in the Four of Cups, I can get stuck in it, right? I can't be fearful of making a movement forward, right? I can, you know, if I allow myself, I can trust, I can feel. Okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So, Knight of Pentacles is the knight that brings something into your physical world that is tangible, that you can touch, that you can smell. We have the Seven of Pentacles. How interesting. Your seed of intention, right? It's like this queen here is really, you know, maybe this queen was this page here. But boy, does she feel like she's got the power to bring in her seed of intention. And I feel like it must be meant to be. Look at this. And then with the Two of Swords again. Well, okay. Well, let's not. We don't need to look at that negative, right? Because maybe that's saying that that is part of. First of all, the sun is right over it. So whatever I'm hiding from, I don't need to. And you know what I mean? I don't need to hide from it. Um, I don't need to. I don't need to fear because you're just too much. You're so much stronger than that, you know. But at times you don't feel it. Anyway, long story short, I feel like it begins here, but really, I feel like it begins here. Like this is the one who's really doing the luring, but it kind of like pushing these desires into this page's mind, heart, thoughts, and maybe this person's just feeling so connected that I don't feel any fear of movement forward because I feel like there's a real power here. Real power. So maybe it's just saying don't regret what you've been through, right? Because in a way, you're meant to. You're meant to dig your way out. And I feel like once you dug your way out, look at this. Things are opening all over the place. Things are coming in the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, we can trust that. The wheel. It's part of your destiny. The sun, nothing to fear. Everything is illuminated. If anything comes against you, it has nowhere to hide. Don't put a blindfold on, right? So, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I'm just trying to feel. I'm like, what am I gonna call this reading? But I'm gonna leave it there because I feel like it has to come back to personal choice, and that is up to you. So, anyways, guys, tell me what you think because this is a new type, and I liked it. So, tell me what you think. If I should do more of them, I'm happy to do more of them. Again, I feel like it's for all signs. I don't want to even put like I have to put a title on it because of YouTube, but I really don't want to because I feel like it wants to just be free. Um, so I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but we'll think on it. I love you guys as always. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. I really hope that the reading brought to you what you needed to hear. Sometimes it's difficult, but it's always out of love. And that's what that's what I tell my daughter all the time. If I, because we went back and forth about the COVID, and she was believing things that I don't believe now. We each have our own perspective, right? But I said to her, I said, Jen, I said, if there's anyone in the world that you can trust, it's me. It's your mother. So when I tell you something, you can trust that I'm doing it because I love you. You know what I mean? Like, period. So, anyway, I don't know why I was telling you that. I love you guys. So, I hope you found it helpful. And please let me know. That's the main thing. Let me know. I will see you next time at my table. Bye bye.